Hey guys, welcome to the show. My name is Spencer, and I will be your bilingual host for today's episode of Expat Soup.
You paused too much on bi there.
Bilingual.
That
Might
have been
sexual.
intentional. Today, once again, we're coming to you live here from Jimmy V's in Yangzhou, China, and I'm sitting here with the homie Lee.
Hello.
Nobody else, just Lee. Today's Expat Soup guest is a Mr. Tony Ross.
Yeah,
Hi, Tony.
Hi, everyone.
And Fiona, what's your family name?
Ooh.
Fiona Wu. All right.
Yeah.
So, Tony Ross, is that your full name? I don't believe that.
No, that's not my name. Not my name. At
Give
all.
us your
I'm John.
give us your full name.
I'm Raldukin Anatoly Alexandrovich.
Raldukin Anatoly.
Alexandrovich.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like
Sounds
you
like a-
throw something on the ground. It's like
Sounds like a Street Fighter combo or something.
Radukin.
So, I've heard you're from Russia. I've heard you're from Kazakhstan. What are you?
What?
Where are you from?
Yeah, I have two passports. To be truthful, one is
Humble brag.
Russian Federation, one is Kazakhstan.
So 2 passports. So you're from which one would you say is your home?
I live in both of these places, but like for last years, mostly I stay in Kazakhstan.
Most of your time you're in Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
So where exactly were you born?
In Kazakhstan.
Okay.
What's the
Вообще, I've been born in USSR, so it wasn't Kazakhstan or Russia. It was one country.
At that time it wasn't Kazakhstan. It was
Yeah,
part of the USSR.
Yeah.
So when the USSR came changed to Russia, what is now Russia?
Federation.
Kazakhstan
Get independence, and now it's
abandoned
an independent country, kind of.
air quotes?
on purpose. It became autonomous.
No, that's like totally independent country.
Were you given independence? Did you fight for the independence?
No, they just signed documents. Like,
Oh, okay.
Bye, guys. We are leaving. Like,
Ciao.
And you haven't been invaded by Russia.
nope.
But if you were, it would be your own country. So you welcome them with open arms.
It's not an invasion. They're invited.
No, it's hard to imagine we'll have some kind of conflict like this.
So Russia is like the biggest nation in the world, and Kazakhstan is also massive in size.
Yeah, that's number 9.
It's huge. If you look on the map, Kazakhstan is very big, right?
Yeah.
So you're from like most of the world. Is that fair to say? Just say yes. It's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Yes.
So you're like 1/6.
I guess
World.
while we are living in another country, for example, now we're all in China, so we all are people of the world.
Oh, that's so hippie.
That's
I love
very
it.
progressive
I
of
love
you.
it. We're all citizens of the world.
So take us through a journey of your cultural landscape. Like you were born in Kazakhstan, yeah?
Yeah.
Lived which part? So north, south,
South.
southern Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
you
near the border with China.
you know what they say about those southern Kazakhs,
Yeah.
right?
That stereotype is big.
What is the stereotype?
I don't know.
I also don't know.
Do you guys have stereotypes between? Oh, he's from this city. You know, he likes to.
Not really.
No?
So a Kazakh person is just Kazakh. It's not like, oh, which part are you from? Because like America and England, I know that there's like, certain types of places, like the north, the south, east, west have different, things that are attached with those places. Is that true there? Or?
No, not really. We have the same like in every city, in each area.
So it's equality.
Yeah, and it's not like in one on the north, some that nation live in the south. That nation live like we have 120 nationalities, and they're mixed and they live like around the Kazakhstan, around the Russian Federation, like
120 nationalities?
in Kazakhstan is 120, in Russia is 150 something.
So it would be the majority would be Kazakh people.
Yeah, the main main nation in Kazakhstan are Kazakhs.
The main hold on, my English is bad.
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity, yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's a big word. That's why Lee is here.
I'm the guy with the dictionary. Just
Yeah.
take the word
Yeah.
you want.
He's English, so he's got the good English. So 120 top majority people are Kazakh. What's number 2?
Kazakh, I don't know. Might be Russians, might be Uzbeks, might be
Right. So
Turkish.
the main language is Kazakh.
Yeah, we have like Kazakh language as a government language, and Russian language is a language of international communication.
So how many languages do you speak?
I like 4: Russian, Turkish, Chinese, English.
What about Kazakh? Is that
I cannot speak Kazakh at all.
Kazakh? So how long did you live in Kazakhstan after
Really
being
long.
born?
I've been there in the kindergarten. I started school there. Then we moved to Russia. So I spent school
Did you move to Western Russia or where'd you go?
southwest.
Southwest.
It's just near the Black
Near
Sea.
China?
No, near the Black Sea.
Near the Black Sea. Okay.
China is on the
That
east side.
sea.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know Kazakh. So
But
No,
to be fair,
I-
neither do I. It's okay. I don't know either.
No, I can understand like maybe 50, maybe 30%, but I cannot speak.
but so you mostly speak Russian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that's is a very common language where you are? Like, do lots of people in Kazakhstan just speak Russian, or
Lots of Kazakh people even only speak Russian. They also it's also hard for them to speak their own language.
okay?
But for today, government just like trying to remove our language from this country and
Remove
only make-
Kazakh language
remove Russian language.
from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, because
So you want to be fully Kazakh there now?
yeah.
So like in schools,
Not
they're
you,
teaching
but-
just Kazakh.
They want. They didn't start yet. But
Oh,
they
okay.
want, yeah.
Okay.
What's the is there any sort of Kazakh kind of pride or nationalism? Like, are they trying to push that as well, or just the language?
No, not really. They're very welcome people. Like they always welcome you. They have very strong culture of quests. They're Muslims also. All the Muslims have very strong culture of quests and like
Of quests?
guests. Yeah, you
Yes.
know, like these guests.
Let me get the dictionary.
Yeah,
Guests is
like
the
no, there are no any pressure. Just I guess the president of this republic afraid that our language affect on the republic. That's why they want.
And he's
move
been
it.
the president since
we got independence.
since the independence.
He already
Like
25 years.
Early 90s?
Yeah, like 1992.
Okay.
Yeah,
As-
he is.
How? How is he still?
He's been one of the members of communistic party in USSR.
Okay.
So when they
he
split,
paid his dues.
yeah, when they split, when 15 republics got independence, only republic can get independence whose leaders been in the party. So all their presidents became from communistic party, became like democratic republics presidents.
Okay. And Kazakhstan is nearby China, right? What do Chinese people think of Kazakh people?
Did you know this country before?
Remember,
you
this
joined?
is being
I know.
recorded, so
I just
be nice.
oh. I'm just sorry. I'm bad at geography, so I thought it's like Middle East country.
Well, it's kind
Like-
of it's
like-
Middle Europe and Asia,
No,
right?
it's,
It's
Yeah.
kind of in the
it's
middle.
Central Asia that calls.
Central
this
Asia,
region.
yeah.
And it ends in Stan, so it's okay.
Yeah,
There's
like
lots
you
of those-
said,
Yeah,
lots of
that
people are
language.
Muslims. That's my first impression
Yeah.
on this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, let's not delve into that.
By the way, that's one of the reasons why our president want to remove the word "stan" from the name of the country.
Oh, yeah.
Stan means land.
I'm not really no.
Stan, I think it means land.
Something like
right?
this,
Like
yeah.
the Kazakhs land,
Yeah.
Tajiks land, Uzbeks.
Yeah.
How about those Uzbeks? Yeah.
Also land. Also.
Are they cool though? What's the worst Stan?
Well, I don't know what.
I knew it.
Afghanistan, I guess.
Hey, but they have oil, so.
Oh, so do we. Well, one of the biggest producers.
And you
of
haven't been
oil.
invaded yet by America. That's
It's because
That's because we're near the Russians.
Russia.
true. So, is there any? There's a lot of like Asian country beef. Like Eastern Asia countries don't quite get along per se. Is there any Stan beef? Like, is there like, oh, we don't want those Uzbeks over here in Kazakhstan or those Tajiks?
Only on political level, like, for example, Uzbek government always complaining that they got much less territory than we do from Soviet Union. But again, their leader wasn't be a member of Communistic Party. That's why they got less land.
Okay.
And
So,
like,
who drew up the lines? Do you know? Who said this?
There
is-
must have been territories
no,
before the
yeah,
USSR,
there used to be
right?
territories
So
before.
it was like a state of Russia or something.
Yeah, because the Soviet Union been the word union. It was union of republics.
Okay.
So technically it was Republic of Kazakhstan, Republic of this, Republic of that. Just on the map it was one country and we didn't have borders.
So USSR was super massive,
One
very big,
yeah,
and
That's
and-
really underselling it. Yeah, that's pretty
like
big.
one sixth part. Of
I mean, the
world.
amount of land
Yeah.
is incredible, right? I mean, just a large piece of acreage. Yeah, a lot of acres.
Several acres, at least.
Yeah. A lot of hectares.
Okay, next question.
Wait, there's questions here? So, you're from Kazakhstan, I forgot, east?
South.
South. Okay. So what is, give me a Kazakh kind of value, or what do Kazakh people kind of hold pride in, or what's
What's
is
important?
it traditional society, kind of stay with your family, have a baby, what?
Yeah, well, for now it's more and more famous to be like traditional and believe in religion and stuff.
More and more.
More and more, yeah. Now you can meet people with a paranjao, how to call that.
A hijab?
Yeah. Before it was
So
never
it's a large Muslim population, yeah?
It is a Muslim country.
And you're not Muslim, yeah?
No, I'm Christian.
So what's your family, your mom and dad, they obviously weren't Muslim either,
Nope.
What?
Also Christians.
also Christian. So they, why did you guys decide to move to Russia? What was the plan there, if I can
We
ask?
didn't move, just like half of our family after country crashed stayed in one republic, another part of family stayed in another republic. Just it happened in one night, like I said, like
the fall of the Soviet Union.
and like for now, for example, as I said, I have two passports, which is kind of illegal. We're only allowed to have one passport.
Don't worry, nobody's watching.
Yeah, so still lots of people
This
has
is actually Putin's favorite podcast.
passports. I guess Putin will be cool with this.
Yeah.
I don't think Putin would care. It would be the Kazakhs that would care more.
Okay, yeah, right. So the traditional values.
To have a family, to raise as much babies as you can produce, like you don't need a wife, you need a factory while you live there.
All right, progressivism at its best. So what's the Kazakh relationship to Russia? Are you guys friendly? Everybody, like, if a Kazakh is in the middle of Russia and you say, I'm from Kazakhstan, are you welcomed with open arms, or is it like, oh, this Kazakh guy?
No, pretty friendly. Women don't need any special documents to cross the border. We can cross our border without passport even.
Then why'd you have two?
For registration and stuff and buying things in different republics. But in fact, you don't need passport to cross the border even.
It's pretty cool.
So when you go to, when you first went to Russia from Kazakhstan, how old were you?
I've been like 10, maybe 9 or 10.
9 or 10. And when you first made the trip, the move, what was the biggest kind of difference, would
Nothing.
you say? Same.
Same.
Different language? No.
Same.
Everybody speaks Russian?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That blows your mind. That blows your mind.
Different
As an
money.
American who speaks English,
Yeah.
that blows your mind.
Different
different money, different flag.
But he was 10, so he wasn't dealing with
you
money.
were real upset about the flag change. Yeah?
No, I'm saying, but
You're
like,
like, what am
in
I?
in normal life, nothing. Like, just
So,
the same.
When you were you bilingual from a child, or from what age did you learn Russian or Kazakh?
He didn't.
What
He
did you
just-
learn?
He knows
Kazakh,
nothing.
I don't know.
So what did?
But you speak Turkish, right? Like,
Yeah.
When did you learn that, and why did you learn
In
Beijing.
college? No, I learned Turkish in college. I've been in Turkish college. We had professors from Turkey, so there we learned.
You went to
Turkish
college
language.
in Russia.
Yeah, and so we have lots of Turkish people as well, and lots of Turkish families in our neighborhood. So we grow together. I already knew some Turkish words before I went to college.
Turkey's to the kind of southwest of Kazakhstan.
Just south.
Just south.
Oh, wait.
Kazakhstan is
South-
huge, though. So
south-
like,
It's so
West.
big, yeah.
depends which
like-
part of Kazakh you're talking about.
Yeah, southwest maybe.
So you learned Turkey as just kind of whatever, or was there some useful thing in there?
Just they had class like.
You're like, oh, I don't have to
Yeah,
take any
yeah.
math courses if I speak.
No, it was like how to say. They didn't let you choose. You must go and learn.
Okay, authoritarian college. Cool. Very cool. So Kazakh and Russian relations are healthy
Kind of, for now, yeah.
for now.
Our president
that
is old now.
Some
but
sort of dark foreshadowing.
How
Maybe
old?
in the future.
You say old. How old is he?
like
Well, he's been the
around
president since
70
1991.
or- yeah, he more than 25 years he's
Has the
president.
new leader already been picked?
Nope,
Is that
but
gonna be a democratic process?
no, not yet. But people are afraid that when new leader will come, he might be, because our today's leader, he don't press a lot on the languages, on the cultures, on religions. We're afraid that new leader who will come must be more like
He'll be
traditional.
more Kazakh.
Are
yeah,
there-
yeah, like who?
Are there elections there? Do you vote? Is it authoritarian? Do they pick,
Yeah, it
they pick
is.
the guy?
Yeah. It's always like you come to vote, you see the name of the president and 4 other guys. Like
And
you never
four
heard
other
about.
guys, the 4 other guys have like very small print. You can't see.
They're on
it.
a different piece of paper.
It's like Count Chocula, Orville Redenbacher.
But I guess it's common for
Popcorn
all
joke.
15 republics, post-Soviet republics. It's pretty common, except Eastern Europe. They already remove it.
Okay.
Well, they have, no, as I think, they have like more democratic.
So you moved to Russia when you were 9 or 10, yeah?
Yeah,
What city or
Krasnodar.
Krasnodar? Okay, that's I know that.
Let's pretend. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's that one bar on that one street. Yeah, next to the post office.
Yeah. Everybody that's not from there calls them Krasnodorks.
Hey. No, that's not true.
He's gonna punch me soon.
It's on the Black Sea. That's what was one of the reasons why I went to Turkish college, because it's close to Turkey.
It was a Turkish college.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have Turkish colleges.
And when did you learn English? Yeah, your English is great. For being that was not facetious.
That was the first joke of the night, guys.
No. I'm saying your English is good for being from Kazakhstan and Russia. You know, I've met plenty of Kazakhs and Russians here in Yangzhou that barely speak English. You know, Slav.
They just
He'll be a guest
trying his
later.
best. Like.
But you know what I mean. I mean,
We
how
had
did
classes
you learn?
in school, like everyone, and me and Slava, and everyone. Like.
So Slava didn't pay attention.
But I learned English in Beijing already, in China.
You studied English in China.
Yeah.
Okay.
in bars.
In podcasts and in bars.
Interesting.
Would you say your Chinese or English is better?
I guess English.
Okay.
What do you say?
Like
What's his-
equal.
what's his name?
Equal. They're both terrible. It's hard to know.
It's hard to judge, yeah.
So in Kazakhstan, like we said, it's in the middle of Europe and Asia. Is there any sort of culture that kind of crosses? Like, do you celebrate Christmas, or like, do you celebrate Chinese holidays, or what's the crossover?
Like Muslims and Christians, because our government holidays are as well as Christmas, as well as Muslim. What was the name? I forgot.
The what?
I mean, I'm not from a Muslim country.
I forgot the name.
I thought you're from Europe.
Yay!
Muslim celebrations. Yeah, you must know.
So you celebrate every festival,
Yeah,
Muslim
like-
and Christian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for Christians, even we have two Christmas. One is Catholic, one is Orthodox.
Wow.
And both of them are
Two
government.
Christmases.
Yeah, and both of them
So
are
don't
government.
even need a
holidays.
divorce.
So if your parents are divorced, you get 4 Christmases. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Uh,
And are these like holidays? Like you don't go to school on these days?
Yeah, like no one works, no
This
school,
might
nothing.
explain why your English isn't so good. Half the time you're on holiday for a festival.
So Lee, how many Stan countries can you name?
At least 5.
All right, let's go.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
We've said all those already.
Tajikistan?
Tajikistan.
Tajikistan, yeah.
Tajikistan.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
That's 5.
I think I'm out now.
What about Turkmenistan?
Oh,
Turkmenistan,
yeah.
Kyrgyzstan,
Kyrgyzstan, yeah. that's
Tatarstan.
So do you know any?
Tatarstan.
Yeah. Never heard?
know-
That's still in Russia.
Tatar is the type of sauce.
No, it's pretty old nation. They used to have our lands. We used to pay for them. 300 years.
Wow.
To them and Mongolians.
Tatarstan. And I don't even know who they are.
That's a big republic in Russia, but they're still in Russia.
So now it's kind of a Russian.
That's
Territory.
our autonomy republic.
Okay. And whenever people ask you where you're from, what do you say?
Always different.
Always different. So if you're talking to a Chinese person, 你是哪里人?
Russia, England, Italy.
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
South Africa.
New York.
US sometimes. Yeah.
It's fun, right? You can
That's
always
fun.
lie to people.
Yeah. She also do that as well. When Chinese people ask her, she pretends she's Korean and she cannot understand.
Yeah. You just
Ah,
say,
yeah, and he also look like Xinjiang
Yeah.
really? Pretty Western.
When he has the beard. When he has
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beard.
Okay. Yeah, because
And Shahid.
Yeah.
so yeah, you can really say whatever you want. Like if you're at some transient place where like festival or a bar, a concert, you just say, "Oh, I'm from Florida,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "This guy's weird. He must be from Florida." It's easy.
Yeah.
It's all in the confidence,
Right?
you
They
know?
can't call you a liar.
Right.
I'm from America. You fucking liar. No one does that.
Yeah.
How many guns you got? That's a question.
So when did you come to China?
Oh, like 7 years ago.
Why did you come to China?
That's more
Better question.
about my
I'm
family.
the host. Sorry.
Like I have a little sister who's been sick about China from childhood. We didn't have any
Chinese food, or
huh?
she was sick from like Kung Pao chicken?
Then she just fall in love in China. Like
So you got a little sister, big sister?
no, just little sister.
So your little sister kind of liked the idea of going to China? Is that what you're saying?
You stole
kind
that
of. She's been very small when she started. Like I want to go to China. I want to like not even study there at that time. Just want to go, want to leave. And when she graduated from the school, my father asked me to go to check what place is this like, because he'd been here once. He'd been in Xinjiang, and like he saw not the best
Western
part of China. Yeah.
The Muslim Western.
Yeah, he saw not the best part of China, and he'd been a bit worried. So
Turned off a little bit.
yeah, he sent me. I went to Beijing. I called him like, nah, that not a good place to live.
Well, China as well is also a huge country with a lot of different cultures in it. That's kind of why I was saying like, how is Kazakhstan different in different areas? But you're saying it's kind of homogenous, like people are all the same, similar.
Yeah.
Whereas China, people are totally different. You travel 5 hours from Yangzhou and you're seeing a whole different language, culture, food, etc. Yeah. But Kazakhstan, it's
People are the same. Maybe some little difference. Like on the north, they are mostly speak only Russian language. There are no any Kazakh language. On the west, like I don't know, west are rich in Kazakhstan because all our oil and gas is in the west. Yeah, so all the companies are there. South and all the other parts just poor. Like,
And you're from the south.
I'm from the south.
hey, at least we know you're honest.
So your dad sent you to scope China for your little sister.
Yeah.
So you're like the test. If it works for you, she'll be okay.
And it was fine, yeah. You went to Beijing.
Yeah, and I just
What's Beijing like, or China? What's China like through a Kazakh's eyes?
the amazing place.
Amazing.
Just amazing place. Yeah.
I personally have never been to Beijing, but you went there first.
You've never been to Beijing.
No.
That's a huge city. For example, like what first in Kazakhstan is like 16 or 17 million people population. 16 or 17
17 million?
Yeah, in whole Kazakhstan. Now in Beijing is 16 million.
Yeah.
Only in one city.
I mean,
like
Shanghai is like 25.
Now, yeah, as you said, like on
On
the map,
paper.
Yeah.
on the map, Kazakhstan is huge. Beijing is a dot. So in this dot, there are more people than in this huge like.
And probably plenty of Kazakhs.
Yeah, there's probably about
I mean-
5 million Kazakhs.
I've met a handful of Kazakhs just here in Yangzhou. So if there's a few here in Yangzhou, there's got to be a ton in the bigger cities. Yeah. And like, so kind of one of the things I wanted to ask you is Kazakhstan and China are so spatially close together, yet so different. Why? I mean, there's like, there's Chinese culture is very English expert, very kind of pronounced. You know, they're very solidified culture. Yeah. So when you in Kazakhstan, when you think China, what do you think? You think like it's a big country, a lot of people, or what do you think?
I don't know, like stereotypes, like lots of people, cheap shoes. Like, I don't know.
Cheap shoes and lots of people. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's right. That's not a stereotype. That's true.
That's
You got some new shoes recently.
No, I mean, after I came here, I realized not all the Chinese products are bad quality. They also have pretty good quality products, but the products they sell in other countries are pretty shit.
right. Yeah, it depends where you're buying from.
Well, yeah,
who you're buying
well,
from.
sure, yeah.
They've got plenty of good fakes too. Yeah. And
I only wear good fakes.
And in China, it's like, why buy something real? I mean, we're all gonna die. Why would you buy a real thing that everybody already thinks is fake?
Yeah, right.
I mean, what's the point?
As soon as you see the made in China, you're like, well, how good could it be?
Yeah. So you went to Beijing first, scoped it out for little sister,
Yeah.
and you reported back to Dad. It's cool. It's fine.
No, I reported back like, no, that's not a
Excuse
good
me?
place to live, and we sent her to Xi'an.
But he still agreed that going to China was
She's
okay.
been just sick about China. Like, I told
Crazy.
her, yeah, she started to learn Chinese language by herself at home from even not internet at that time. I don't know where did she get any information about Chinese language, but we didn't have any Chinese school
Library.
at that time.
Wow. Okay. So, like, how long were you in Beijing before she came over to China? Like,
1 year.
so only 1 year. Okay, that's not too long. And then she went to Xi'an, you said.
Yeah.
And
But I stuck in Beijing for next 5 years. 4 years.
Why?
I've been studying university.
Oh,
and too,
oh.
and like I don't know,
What were you studying? What was going on?
international trade.
Because
Because we are international and we will trade. I don't know. Like I don't know. It was like
that's as good a
common,
reason as any reason.
Yeah, it was common for foreigners there.
Okay.
Almost all the foreigners went to learn international trade or something about oil, like gas and oil, shio.
Okay.
Some of them for translators, but what's the point to learn to be a translator if anyway you will learn the language, you can't do this job.
That's true. So when were you ever tempted to go to Xi'an where your sister was, like to work or study,
To Xi'an?
like be closer to your sister,
Yeah, I went there many times.
just to visit though?
Just
Like,
to visit,
Did you ever
yeah, yeah.
get tempted to live
No,
nearby? Okay.
just to visit.
So, when you know the term "do as the Romans do"? When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
It means when you are somewhere, you should like adopt that culture.
Oh yeah.
They do this, so you should do this.
So, if I were to go to, say, Russia or Kazakhstan, whichever one you want to answer, what should I do? D-O.
What's a cultural thing that you think that?
In Russia-
sex, or common things.
Is there anything different that we wouldn't know? Like any things that are rude that we might do?
Like in
really,
Russia-
a lot
in
like
Russia, I
about
feel like-
family jokes, both in Russian and Kazakh.
No family jokes.
Yeah, and
no yo
anyone.
mama jokes.
Yeah, like,
In America, that's like a rite of passage.
That's
like-
50% of your comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to X out all of my prior
Yeah.
jokes. That's why I'm working with nothing here tonight. I was gonna just make fun of your family for 2 hours.
what then for? No, it's up to people you met. For
But-
Muslim people, never like we never make jokes about religion with them. We make jokes about our religion, about also their religion between ourselves,
But just not
but
with
not
them.
not with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only with your good friends who you definitely know will understand and like and also laugh.
So in
But most of people became really aggressive.
yeah, they don't like when people talk about personal stuff.
Yeah, like
Parents, family,
God.
religion.
yeah, something
How about political jokes?
easy.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
And
that's our favorite. Like,
Are you? Do you feel open to make jokes about your own politicians?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
good. Because I found a lot of Chinese people can't do that. Like you'll never really find a Chinese person openly make a joke about Xi Jinping.
We have a chance now.
No.
No, you are
Don't
not
worry, nobody's
allowed to
listening
do
again.
this.
Right, that's my point. Like it's, I can understand why they wouldn't do that because of the type of community that they live in. But then, in Russia, you can make jokes about Putin.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
As well, I don't know if this is fake news, but I saw a report the other day. An article that said like they're trying to make that a crime. Is that true?
Jokes about Putin.
Jokes about the
No,
government.
no.
Not true.
That's not true.
You can, unless you're like Pussy Riot, you can make fun of whatever.
Yeah, for Pussy Riot, their problem was not because of they make jokes or some
Just the bad
anti-
music.
Yeah,
No,
terrible
no,
music.
no, not about this, not about their position. It was about they did it in church.
Oh,
Like,
so it's a
I
religious
guess,
thing.
yeah, I guess if they will do it in church in London, for example, they also will be punished. No,
For what?
they dance striptease in the church.
They got naked
In the
front
church,
of-
yeah.
in front of many people.
In a
In-
church.
In
In the
public.
church.
Oh, in a church.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a no-go. I don't. You'd probably get arrested for like disturbing the peace or
Yeah.
something.
Well, yeah. Plus, after that situation, our government created a law of how the law said, defending of feelings of people who believe in religion. Courage.
Oh, so like protecting
Yeah,
religious
protecting
people.
their feelings.
I see.
So who are you going to vote for in the next election? Putin or Putin?
No, we have lots of
Lots of
okay,
Putins.
not lots of. For example,
like 5
for
Putins.
last elections, yeah, we had like lots of candidates. One of
Tony
them was
Putin. Jerry Putin.
So one of them was like TV show superstar. The second
Donald
was
Trump.
Yeah, the second was a billionaire. Like
Donald Trump. Like,
everyone knows,
least,
like
at least you guys have like a cool kind of thug running the country. We've got like a dorky thug that can't even speak our own language. So.
don't worry, we can pick your president for you.
Yeah, this is the.
who do you want next year?
This is the collusion podcast. Save it for that one. So, how's your Russian history? You know a lot about Russian history. Is Rasputin still alive?
Oh, only God knows.
He will never die. That's
Yeah.
He will live forever.
So what you?
He's in our heart.
Rasputin, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, he's been a motherfucker. I know him. No, I'm like.
Well, he probably.
He still own me
He
100
probably
rubles.
probably
Bottle
effed
of
one
vodka.
those. Which family did he get in tight with? Which family of Russia? He was like a mystic kind of healer guy for a certain family.
Emperor family.
Do you know the name? I can't think of the name right now.
Romanov.
Romanovs. So he got into the mix. Did a lot of stuff.
Our king listened for him a lot, and that's why we did many mistakes on First World War because of him.
But he was like executed like what 3 times?
Right.
Hung and shot twice, I think.
And
it
put
was,
in a
or
bag and
something
thrown down
like
a
that,
river.
And he just didn't die. And this is not okay.
Somehow.
So when I was, this is not a joke. This is serious. Okay.
This is gonna be hilarious.
When I was 16 years old, there was a homeless guy that used to live near where I lived, and this guy had long hair, a beard, and like long fingernails, and I mean really long, like 2 inches long. And
This is your grandfather?
I was walking home one day after school, and this guy just kind of pops out of the bush, like after peeing or something, and I'm scared by this guy. He's in front of me. He looks like this weird homeless cat guy, and he says, "I'm Rasputin, bitch," and ran off into another bush. And I believe him.
Might be. Yeah.
Did he speak with like a Russian accent?
No. Thick middle of England accent. I'm
Rasputin.
fucking Rasputin. No, it was not Rasputin. But that's when anytime someone mentions Rasputin, that's the image that's in my head now. I cannot get rid of that image.
Yeah, it's very explainable why he didn't have an accent, because he left Russia a long time ago. So
Yeah,
how long
yeah.
is that
He's
thing?
lived in the
been
UK
like
for a long
100
time.
years.
Yeah.
True. That is true. So
Who's your favorite Russian in history?
Me.
Okay. Second favorite?
I don't know, like our king,
Which one?
last one,
Okay.
and his grandpa.
Do you mean Stalin or?
No. Stalin
Are
wasn't
you
be Russian.
Stalin?
Oh,
He's
that's
been
Georgian, right?
Georgian,
Yeah.
yeah, what is Georgia?
Is
that
that
a
a country?
Little country? Is it
That's-
now Russia?
No, it's independent now.
It's on the map.
It is. It is.
I'm a visual
It's like-
learner.
Wait, is it on the map?
Leo, I need your help now. How to call that sea?
Mediterranean.
What that sea? What?
Let me check the dictionary.
Georgia is
Mediterranean.
in between Mediterranean Sea and Caspian Sea.
You know Caspian. Good.
Know that?
So when you first moved to Russia, you said it's kind of all similar, yeah, to Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Was the education system the same?
Yeah, same. We're still using Soviet system of education, like
In
school,
China,
college,
people go to school from like
university.
8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. That's not a joke. What about in Russia?
It was like from 9
2 to 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's like from 9
2 p.m.
till
squat, 3 p.m. drink vodka.
catch a bear.
They give you your honorary like tracksuit.
In some schools they wear like classic suits.
Like
Like
suits,
a
like
school
like
uniform.
okay.
No, like not uniform. Just they ask
You
you, to
should
buy
wear-
a suit for the kid, yeah, and
a tie and a shirt.
tie, shirt, yeah, everything. Some schools not. Some schools don't have any rules about the dress code. You can wear whatever you want.
That's cool.
So what's your favorite part about living in China? Why do you still live here?
I don't know, very atmospheric.
Good atmosphere.
Yeah, like, and you can meet lots of foreigners here because in our country we're also like kind of foreigners. Like he's Turkish, he's Uzbek, I'm Russian, he's Ukrainian, he's Jewish, but we still speak in one language. And like our parents lived in same country,
Right,
and like
it's-
we have no difference.
That whole
It's interesting to meet new people like from other parts of the world.
that whole part of the world, all the stands or some of the stands are very similar. Yeah.
They all Huns.
I'd say Afghanistan and Pakistan are the
Except
odd ones
Afghanistan.
out. They're kind of different, or no?
Yeah. Well,
What,
they're
like
they're on
Pakistan,
either
yeah.
end, like so they're pretty.
Afghanistan, it was part of Persia before. Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and today's Iran. All these three countries was like Persia.
It's pronounced Iranistan.
Other stands
Eminem
like
stand.
other stands being Huns. What it's Turkish speaking countries.
Yeah.
All their languages are similar.
So when-
even in China, Xinjiang, their language is pretty similar to Turkish language. That kind.
So you
That's how
when
I
you learned
understand
Turkish, it was for a reason.
Yeah, that I learned Turkish because lots of these countries can not speak Turkish, but their languages are pretty
Your
similar.
culture and your history has still got that in it, right? You still have
Yeah,
Turkish
yeah.
people and you're
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
and it's a part of that.
So in Russia, it's kind of a culture of not kind of being super open with strangers.
No, kind of.
Is it
yeah.
legal to smile in public?
No, they will not arrest you, but like
You get some
better be
strange
careful.
levels.
you might
You
be
can
will
smirk.
smile to the wrong person and like.
Some places you can smirk. Some places you can you frown? Well, that's the normal
That's
face.
the standard face.
Yeah.
That's your go-to face.
Is that a cultural thing or like a machismo thing? Like I'm cool. Don't talk to me, or is it like
No, just to make less problem. Like you never know what's the person in front of you.
you don't know
while
if
you didn't
somebody's
talk
like
to him.
you don't know if somebody's making fun of you or not if they say, "Hey, what's up? How are you?"
Yeah, kind of. Maybe about this.
They could be trying to fuck with you.
Could be. Yeah,
In a
because
way.
you never know. Yeah, and like that's why people are not really not friendly. They are friendly, just like
Take some time.
yeah.
So if you're in Russia, what should you 100% not do?
Not do dance in the church.
Naked.
Naked. Yeah.
Dancing in church is okay.
I
Naked.
think I can do that.
Naked.
I think I could not do that. So what's do you kind of do you know a lot about Russian kind of historical figures or pop culture figures or
Almost all of them. Like,
almost all of them?
Yeah.
So Maria Sharapova or Anna Kournikova? Who you got?
Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
Because
It's a nice
She's
name.
more pretty.
Oh, that's it's also a fair comment.
Tchaikovsky or Rachmaninoff?
Rachmanov, Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah,
He's
well,
the
that's
more
classic.
well-known
Like, yeah.
pianist. Composer.
Composer.
Composer. Yeah. Mendeleev or Gagarin?
Can I pick
That's
both?
a hard one. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
You gotta pick
One created vodka, second went to space. Like,
Mendeleev
but
created
it
vodka?
like it. Yeah. He made a table
Table of-
Mendeleev and vodka.
So on the table of contents.
But vodka is still above that in your
Yeah,
mind.
and like for Mendeleev or Gagarin is like it's like a reason and result. Like he created vodka, Gagarin in space. Like
so it's the vodka you go with then, right?
no, of course. How do you think our rockets work?
It's true, yeah, it's true.
Vodka or vodka?
Nah, it's a terrible drink to me.
No?
No.
What's the Kazakh drink of choice? What's a Kazakh drink? Alcoholic
They
or
have-
not?
They have pretty nice drink. It's like camel's milk.
Fermented camel's milk?
It's like it's not even alcoholic, but you still feel drunk. But it's just
Chase
milk.
it with like pig jizz or
Yeah.
With a Muslim, it wouldn't be pig.
no. We're gonna get banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one? Mikhail Gorbachev or Mikhail Baryshnikov?
I don't know who is Baryshnikov, but Baryshnikov. Fuck Gorbachev.
And you just kind of had a Bulyat moment. Bulyat is one of the first Russian words I learned here, and it's kind of a modifier. It's like a exclamation point, like I don't want to eat that Bulyat.
No, it's like universal word you can use everywhere.
It's
You
like
can
fuck.
kiss
It's
your
like
daughter before she will go to sleep and something like I don't know. Everywhere you can use it.
Or you can punch a stranger.
Yeah, like blech.
So B-L-Y-A-T-T?
B-L-A-Y-T, I think. But then they use their own...
Y-T might be. Yeah, we have another alphabet.
They have their own alphabet, so it doesn't really...
Yeah, what's with that Russian alphabet? It's pretty cool. It's like a hipster alphabet.
That's based on
A
Greek
is like
alphabet.
a 4.
We've been
The R is backwards.
Yeah.
we've been pretty uneducated nation when Greek people find us.
You know it's rough when the Greeks take control.
Yeah, we had
Post
we had
1000 AD.
runes, or how to call them.
Yeah, runes.
What we had runes before. Then while we started to trade with Greece and our trade way became from Greece to Norway, like Greeks bring us alphabet. They create
many
alphabet
letters?
wise based on their own alphabet.
A lot of people believe that the Rus, like the first Russians, the Rus, came from like Vikings, like
from Norway or Sweden.
yeah, like
somewhere,
North
yeah.
Europe
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point.
From there.
The Rus are like
Yeah.
Vikings.
No,
So
I
it
don't
makes
know if
sense
it's
that
true or not.
you share runes because they also used runes at that point as well.
Might be, I don't know. I guess that time everyone used runes and believed to
No.
gods.
The UK was very civilized. Okay?
Was.
What? Yeah. In our heyday, in like 800 BC.
So if you could change something about Russia, what would it be? If you could change one thing culturally, politically, whatever,
First,
gastronomically,
lifestyle of young people, because
young people's lifestyle.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
It's how to say not famous.
Stop wearing Adidas.
yeah. That's what I'm talking
Fiona
about.
with the best joke of the night.
Yeah,
She's been waiting for that one. Thank you, Fiona. That was
It's
perfect.
not, she was just waiting to say that comment.
Our schools, like it started from schools. Every school has in each class they have like one elder guy who picking money from others, send it to another guy who looking for school. He's elder in the school. This guy give that money to another guy who like.
Is this like a
is
fraternity?
and it's
It's
called the mafia.
It's go to prisons.
So
that money goes to prisons. And like whenever
you're talking about school.
Against
schools,
school.
universities, college, like young people from the school till university.
So
young
money
people.
gets you further.
Not only money, that's like that lifestyle, like
Gangster
it's-
group.
Yeah, they like to be.
What's that?
to look
Gangster
gangsters
group.
or something like that.
Gangster.
Not
Yeah.
really gangster. They don't have gangs or something like. But still, it's like small conflicts. Like every schools hate each other. Universities hate each other.
In
like,
Russia, it's a
everywhere.
competition.
Kind of, yeah. They fighting. It's
What's the top Russian school?
they can ask you like where are you from? Which part of city you from?
And then they
you will
judge
say
you.
I'm from West Shore. Like, you are in trouble.
Like
or
you're
vice
shit or
versa.
you're good.
Yeah, that's pretty like I don't know. It shouldn't be like this.
It should be like, look at me, I'm a person. Judge me on how I am, not where I'm from.
Like not where I'm from, or like not whose little brother am I? Because no, as I said, every group has one elder.
So it's
Each
hard
elder
to get,
has circle of people.
That's,
like,
you're describing a gang. That's literally what you're
more
describing.
like well, this lifestyle.
So you'd rather have it to be where people are kind of just more free flowing, more open to others that are not like them.
Yeah, like
A lot of
less
people
conflict.
a lot of people are just like, why are you not like me? Why aren't you me? No. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming. Good show. Dramatic lull. So you'd change that aspect to where people are kind of more welcoming to people who are different or not connected.
Just I don't know. Next question. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
how
we
to
got
answer
plenty
it
of
either.
questions. Don't worry.
It must be hard because it's like such an old situation that it would be changing so much.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me as an American to comprehend
The mafia.
historical, not the mafia. I mean, of course, that's what built, you know,
You're from Chicago.
northeastern,
Yeah, come on.
middle. I mean, that's what built a lot of America is the mafia, good or bad. That's where a lot of the money came in, and that's how a lot of things got developed, etc. But in Russia or Kazakhstan, both of those countries are so old compared to America. So when you guys have a cultural thing or something that kind of sets you apart, it's because of history. Yeah? It's because it's been so ingrained. It's because it's been such a long time thing.
It's like this because it's always been like this.
So it's hard to change. Or no?
President.
President?
Yeah, it's hard to change president because it's always been like this.
Well, I mean, I'm talking more culturally, you know, not
Culturally,
politically.
Like,
But I mean, they're connected.
Just like the traditional thing, like have a baby, have a wife, make children. In Russia and Kazakhstan, that's the way it is because of the long history.
maybe not even in Kazakhstan, in Russia, in some parts like in Chechnya, in Dagestan, in that countries, that republics, people still stealing wives.
Oh yeah, no, I've
They
seen this.
they can come.
Stealing wives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy who want to get married, he will take his friends in the car. They will come with a car, wait for that girl, rob her, and I'm not sure about this tradition. As far as I know, like if her parents will not find her in next 4 or 5 days, so they can get married.
Yeah.
So and it's not such a big no. It's like, okay.
Yeah, like for
It's
our,
a tradition.
yeah, for government, like government
Literally.
always say like we will punish you for this, but in fact, like people there, because they have their local government, they said like that's our
They look the
culture
other way.
thing. Like you shouldn't judge our culture thing, and our federal government, like in Moscow, they don't really touch it because they don't want to have conflicts with local people who used to live like that long time, and like it's better to not touch it, especially in that region.
Yeah, Chechnya is
Yeah,
so
like-
place for Russia. Yeah.
There's so many like hot topics in Russia, like something that's politically, you're on the left or the right, not left or right, but you're black or white.
They do not press on it, but like they trying to show like we are good, they are bad. Like while you open TV or something, you always will heard only shit about US, about Europe, but people don't know that people live better there than in Russia. So
What about the kind of social media? Like, do people use Facebook in Russia, or do they use like Russian Facebook? Or Russian
Both.
in?
Like and WhatsApp and Facebook, and we have VK.
Is there a lot of fake news stuff out there? Like people that
Yeah,
like
of course,
clickbait,
somewhere.
You know what clickbait is?
No.
It's where it's like a sensational headline where it's something that makes people angry, so they want to see what it is.
Yeah.
Or they don't even
Yeah.
read the article.
I
they
guess
just read the headline.
every
They
media
literally
has that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just like
I mean,
So
that's
you
how
must
Trump got
filter
elected.
yourself like information.
So
and-
your
and not
internet
read it from one.
is open. Like you use Google and things like that. You can
Yeah,
just
of
openly. Yeah. Okay. That's
So
quite a-
everything's legal there. There's no like blocked YouTube or. Russia has RuTube, right?
Yeah,
Is that more popular than
it's
YouTube?
less
or-
popular.
Less
Oh.
popular.
Like I don't know anyone who's searching.
YouTube.
It sounds silly.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Sounds more Australian. if you ask me.
but our social network is more popular than Facebook. And I
What's
don't know.
that,
Is that the VK?
VK, yeah. But for me, it's more common maybe because I used to use it a long time ago. But I think it's better for some way. I don't know.
Just
While videos and movies and music, everything
it's like MySpace.
might be. I don't know what is MySpace.
Grandpa.
Nobody knows what MySpace
Yeah,
is
MySpace
now.
died like
Yeah.
9 years ago.
Yeah, take 5 minutes to load somebody's page.
we had copy before. We had My World. It's also been a social network. Just sounds similar.
Yeah, I mean, it probably was a copy.
It's not around anymore.
As well as VK is just a copy of Facebook.
Okay.
No, it was now it's different. But
Same
yeah,
with
but
Renren.
It started.
Yeah.
Is Renren popular in China?
Now it's already stopped.
Oh, really?
Stop.
Yeah.
It's not even.
Renren
Yeah.
means people.
Yeah.
.com.
Like Chinese
person.
Facebook.
Is it so? It's no longer.
It's
We're
dead
China.
now, people.
Yeah.
So Chinese people mostly use Weibo.
Yeah, Weibo.
Weibo's like Chinese Twitter and
Yeah.
WeChat, QQ.
QQ is dying though, right?
QQ now is for young kids, and
Really?
WeChat is for old people, old
really?
generation. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We- we-
Yeah.
WeChat is pretty interesting.
But
because
QQ's
it's
been
like-
around for so long.
Yeah, WeChat is amazing.
Yeah, it has been running for a long time. QQ.
QQ is the oldest kind of.
Yeah.
But with WeChat, people can talk to their friends, post a moment, or pay for a hot dog. You know.
Book
And
movie tickets. book
QQ
train
also
tickets.
can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pay for the bus, for example.
Pay for everything. Like you can book
Electricity.
tickets.
It's your whole like social media and payment and pay for your
It's everything in an app. It's
order a
perfect.
delivery.
This is sponsored by WeChat.
No, I think people like WeChat just because the page is more simplified,
Yeah.
and QQ just looks more complicated.
Right. Yeah. WeChat's very just like here's a picture, here's me.
Yeah.
Whereas kind of QQ's like here's a song I like and this is my background and
Yeah.
this is
Too much.
Yeah.
too
It's
much.
it's a whole page.
It's too much filler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
WeChat's more less complicated.
What do you use the most out of social media?
And since I grow up, I use WeChat more.
So
Like-
that means you're old, then, right? You don't use QQ.
Like since I start university, I start to use WeChat more. Like before university, like in high school, I use QQ more
Well,
often.
WeChat. How long's WeChat been around? Like only the last 7 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
more than.
blew up for sure. It went from to where nobody was on it to where everybody was on it in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it 6 years ago. I don't know when it started. I got it 6 years ago.
I've never had a QQ. I know what it is. I know a lot of people use it.
I had a
but-
QQ, but I can't remember my number and things like
password.
that.
Yeah, the same.
So outdated to
So
remember.
what's the in China? There's a lot of foreigners. Yeah.
Oh.
So you're from Yangzhou?
Yeah.
Are you from Yangzhou City or
I'm
like
from
the-
Gaoyou, sorry.
Oh, from the countryside.
Yeah, countryside.
So what's like
Village
in China? There's a lot of there's an influx. There's been a lot of new foreigners in the past 20, 30 years.
Yes.
What do you think about like Chinese culture towards Westerners? Is that cool? Is it weird? Is it strange? What do you think?
I think most people like ancient Chinese culture, but they don't like young generation.
Do you mean
Like,
foreigners?
yeah.
Like foreigners, when
Yeah.
they think about China, they
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
Right.
kung fu and they think
Yeah,
like,
and everyone can play badminton.
Ping
None
pong.
Yeah.
of them can play badminton. They're terrible.
Have you ever heard of horror ping pong? Like it's where the paddles are two Wiccan priests and the ball is a demon. You ever heard of that?
What? What was that?
This is not a question for you,
I think I'm the only one that understood what you said. I don't really understand.
but it sounds fun, right?
No.
Jesus and devil.
All right, next question.
So, what is your feeling towards Western people as a generalization?
Western people.
Western foreigners. Like,
Western foreigners.
Because it's a pretty recent kind of phenomenon.
certainly for Yangzhou, like Yangzhou being much smaller than Shanghai.
Yeah.
China was opened in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
1980s. So a lot of people here aren't used to foreigners. Is that, what do you think? Is that cool that China was opened, or do you want it to keep it closed? Like you've had enough of us?
No, I think it's
Might be a
cool.
biased question because her English is very good. Like she might be the right person to get a controversial question.
Hey, controversy or not, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's good to be open, cause
It's KFC.
I hate KFC. Maybe McDonald's.
Yeah, you got it.
It's the superior.
Yeah, just I think foreigners working here, first they can like bring us English education, like improve my English with Lee, and also for the kids. And second, I think it's also cool to know Western culture from people of other part of the world.
Not just from TV.
Yeah. And the third, I think we also open up our mind by knowing them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a quote unquote tool. It's
Yeah,
something that people that meet a foreigner can use. Like, hey, what do you do there? You can ask questions. You can.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing that's in China but based off Western culture that you would say?
Besides Hollywood movies.
And fast food.
So
Western thing.
There's Hollywood movies. They're famous in China. Superheroes and all the big budget flops that come here. Fast food, hamburgers, what have you. What's number 3?
But what would you say is influenced your culture, Chinese culture, in a good way from outside of China?
In a good way,
Yes.
influence China.
Yes.
So we got movies, food, English. What about cultural stuff? Any
Cultural
cultural
stuff.
stuff like I don't know, openness or
I don't know. I think now young generation they are more trying to dress up like Koreans, and they are trying. I don't think they are open up that much.
Okay,
Like,
so
they're
you don't
still
think
closed.
Chinese culture has changed much? by
Yeah,
being-
I don't think
it's
so.
a slow process
Yeah.
Okay.
because, like I said before, China kind of opened up in the 80s. It's been 30, 40 years since, and it's not.
Usually
it's
40
not-
years.
It's not totally different.
Yeah, and I think maybe for
1990 was 70 years ago.
I wasn't born then, so so I
You're
think
lucky.
yeah, maybe for women that's a little bit different, and I think there are most girls there start to support themselves, and instead of having a family and want to get married soon, they start to have their own career and trying to
Be more independent.
be more independent.
That's cool.
Get
Yeah.
a job, figure out themselves
Yeah.
before they have to.
Rushing
there's-
to
and
marriage,
it's
yeah.
much harder for them still because a lot of older Chinese people still have that idea of
Yeah.
traditional.
Yeah.
They actually you have the name for those Chinese people once you get to like 28 and you're single with no children. They call them like leftover women or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
剩女
Leftover.
leftover.
Leftover
Oh,
women.
something
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
eat, you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
finish. It's leftover.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Put
it's
it that way, it's real depressing.
well, it is.
No, not if you're away from your family.
That's true.
So now the leftover women have more power. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they spend time on themselves, like now I read a report that more and more women are started learning master degree and doctor degree. Like more of these degrees are the population of this most of women.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah,
Whereas before it was more
Like-
traditional, like, oh, I should find a husband.
yeah.
You study only until you can get married.
Yeah.
Like the idea of being a housewife is kind of archaic now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that old, but it's changing.
Yeah, everybody's also being influenced by the environment. Like before, in college, in university, you are not like for your parents, you are not allowed to see anyone. You should only study.
True.
After graduation, you need to find a husband.
That's true. You can't have any boyfriends or
There's-
girlfriends
yeah.
in school, and
Yeah.
then as soon as you graduate, quickly find one
Yeah.
because you need to get married.
And you have no experience.
You've
so
got
it's like,
no relationship
I'm
experience.
gonna marry the first man with a penis.
Yeah.
Fun.
Good stuff.
So there are lots of blind dates in China.
Yeah, and like you have lots of,
Still now.
you have so many Valentine's days in China as well. Every month there's a different excuse for a
I
Valentine's
think
Day.
that's more popular in Korea, not in China.
Well, in China, the Women's Day is a huge event, whereas in America, it's like,
Really?
Yeah,
It's
UK.
not a thing.
It's not a thing in the UK either.
I don't think it's a big day in China.
It's much
Women's
bigger.
Day.
Yeah.
Well,
either.
at my school, I don't know how this is with any other corporation or company, but at my school, when it's Women's Day, they get like a whole bunch of gifts. And
Flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Laundry
that you got some
detergent.
flowers on Women's Day.
Yeah,
Fiona.
I got
Don't-
flowers.
Don't pretend it wasn't a big deal. You got things.
I think it wasn't a big deal when I was in high school, but like when I go to university,
long ago.
yeah, not long ago, like 3 or 4 years.
So let me give you a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
In China, it's very common for a Chinese woman to move into her husband's with her husband's family. So the husband and then the mother-in-law
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the
yeah.
father-in-law. Would that be something that you think is an acceptable thing for you to do once you get married, or do you see that as an unusual thing?
It's acceptable, but not acceptable for me.
So you understand it, but you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I
So
don't
you-
want to live with anybody's parents.
Would if the man insisted, would you still do it, or would you stick? No, never.
No, I just don't think it's a good idea. Because if you live together, you will have conflicts anyway. And if you live not that close, you can still visit each other, but you will have less conflicts.
That's true. I mean, I can't see myself living
Yeah.
with my parents or anyone's parents. I
Yeah.
don't want to live with my parents ever again. That was
Yeah.
a terrible time in my life. I couldn't go back to... Like, it's nice to visit my parents and maybe
Yeah.
stay with them for a week or so.
Yeah.
Because they can do my laundry and give me free food.
Mhm.
But I don't want to live with them forever. How about you? Like,
The same.
yeah?
Like I can visit like a month, but month even more than enough.
Yeah.
In the
At
end
that
of
point,
the month,
it's
yeah.
pushing too
Well,
much.
when you just come like, my son, like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
miss you so much.
And they're like, get up,
after
stop
one
being
week-
lazy, clean
yeah,
something.
after 1 week, so
I couldn't do that. I could not. It's going backwards.
Yeah, for Chinese people, the distance is the best distance should be like you can deliver a hot soup to the parents' home. Then that's the best distance.
Yeah. If the soup is still hot, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good distance.
Yeah.
Like my family back in UK, my mum lives very close to where my granddad. They're in the
Yeah.
same city,
Yeah,
and they do regularly see each other.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
live together though.
they don't need to live together.
Yeah.
you always can order delivery to your parents.
Yeah.
That's true.
Then-
Oh, China is so good.
WeChat.
Don't worry, mum. I've sent you soup. I'm not gonna be there, but it's on its way.
So what about in the traditional Chinese household, the traditional Chinese family? Is it okay to have a Western or Western or Southern boyfriend or girlfriend?
Western boyfriend. You mean foreigners?
Yeah, is that strange?
What do you mean by southern?
Yeah.
Vietnamese.
Oh.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Just a Wygoran to any
Anybody
foreigner.
that's
And he-
No.
China.
I think most like parents they still have problems with like people's color.
Okay.
Yeah, so they prefer to have like white, like how to
Skin.
say? Yeah, prefer to have white people to visit.
Okay.
Because back to the history
Yeah.
angle,
Yeah.
historically, China has always been Chinese people.
Yeah.
The
Yellow.
fair
even
skin.
even though that's a very big term itself, like there's lots of ethnicity. That what
Yeah.
50?
Right, black people in China have
Yeah.
stranger time than white foreigners
Yeah.
because their skin is a different color, and for thousands of years there's never been a black guy in Suzhou or whatever Joe.
Yeah. I think they like white people more because they think white people are from Europe and they are richer.
Richer and yeah.
It's kind of
Just because they're
You have the beauty standard of being whiter as well, probably because of wealth.
Wealth.
If you're dark skinned, it means you work in a farm. If you're
No.
light skinned, you stay inside. That
Yeah,
kind of-
true.
So maybe there's some correlation there, like, oh, you're white, so you
That's
must be
kind
rich.
of racist, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It
It's
is.
100%.
It is.
But I mean, it is racist, but it's also you have to take into account that China was just opened. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
In a way, it's kind of sad because a lot of it's similar to every country we're from, where we get that fake news, but we have our ways to search the information. Whereas in China, we had a conversation not long ago where we were talking about the oldest person in the world,
Yeah.
Fiona and I. And
Japanese woman, yeah.
okay, yeah. So what age would you guess, you two?
112.
100 and something, right?
Yeah.
You know what it says in Chinese internet? The old person. It's a Chinese person, firstly, on Chinese internet.
Logical.
With super white skin.
It's- and they're like 400 years old. Like it's not
From
possible.
some Buddhist monastery.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
It's not
He
possible.
chopped his dick off
And
when he
then
was 12.
we discounted that guy, and then this next one was
100 years.
it was still Chinese, and it was still like 200 years. It's like when they don't have the freedom of access of information, it does.
Yeah.
Every Chinese person still thinks Americans carry guns constantly because they read that on the news.
Yeah.
Right, the media plays a huge role in
Yeah.
people's perception of
And
foreign.
it's a shame that they can't do independent research even when they want to.
Yeah, that's why I have VPN to see the world outside.
So yeah, younger people in China have a more open view of the world
I guess most of
if
them.
they have a VPN.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you are an English teacher.
Yeah.
What why? That's most of our questions here. Just
Why do you do that?
Why are you the way you are?
Stop doing that.
Sorry.
You were interested in English or what?
Because firstly, I was good at English. That's why.
Not anymore.
You just kept going.
No, I was in junior high school. Then I started to behave good in English, and then in high school, it becomes like one of the best in school. But I was really bad at math, so
Math is stupid.
yeah. So I choose the major as an art student to learn interior design. So
So your parents were like, "What the fuck are you
So
doing?"
disappointed.
yeah, it just so after I graduated, I thinking should I keep on learning English or should I just find any job which can match my English level? So I choose English teachers.
That's a good route to go because a lot of students here do whatever their parents say. They're like, I'm a good artist. I can draw and paint, and I can speak this language. But I guess I have to be an engineer now.
I think being an artist in China is really expensive thing.
Yeah. Any creative.
It's kind of a privileged
Yeah.
Also like a photographer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many buildings, the inside of buildings, have you designed since you graduated?
Since I graduated,
Mm.
like none.
How are we doing here though?
Huh?
How are we doing with this setup? Not
How
bad.
do you feel?
What would you
Yeah,
change in this room?
Besides
the
besides us.
The curtain?
What's wrong
Right.
with a curtain? How dare you?
It just looks very grandma style.
Oh. So you like
well,
the blue? Is
well,
the
my,
blue
my
okay?
grandma designed this apartment, so I guess
Yeah,
I'll tell her to go fuck off.
But I like the bar
Tony's
table.
like, he's talking about his favorite. That's bad. Awesome. Well, Fiona and Tony, thank you for coming. It was really fun talk, and we learned a lot today, and that's what the podcast is about. Want to learn about where you're from, what you know. We did that, yeah?
Mostly.
Anything else you want to pitch in?
Thank you guys for the invitation.
Awesome. Yeah, we loved it. So, thanks again for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Woohoo! Yogurt time. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.